Ah! What? What if you put Megaman in a soccer game? Video game spin-offs are an opportunity for developers to do something different with their games. Something weird, something special, something... What the fuck? With spin-offs, you get to take two things that in any other circumstance would never ever meet and then smash them together to see what happens. Like, Typing of the Dead. You take a pretty fun arcade game where you shoot a bunch of zombies, replace the guns with keyboards, make the player type out some demonic tongue, and then add in the best voice acting ever in a video game, and bam, you have a hit.
Don't know, but it's very similar to the 1998 Tyrion game.
What? That case?
James.
I can't hear you over the music! Sadly, Typing of the Dead only just lost out on being the best typing game ever, losing out to Mario Teaches Typing.
Oh, hello! It's me, Mario! And I want to thank you for choosing Mario Teaches Typing.
You get one guess as to what you do in that game.
Guess what time it is? It's time for you to type.
In fact, the Mario franchise is home to many of these weird spin-offs, with some of them going off to become their own series. Of course, you got the millions of sport and party and racing games, but if you dig a little deeper, you can find some real classics, like Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix. Wait, what? Yes, they made a Dance Dance Revolution Mario game, and it is glorious. Where else are you gonna see Mario busting these sick-ass dance moves? Oh my god, this game is real. I need to own this game. And I can have it for the low, low price of... Nope. There was a game called Yoshi's Safari, where Mario shoots a bunch of enemies with a bazooka, a bunch of weird edutainment games, and of course, the legendary Hotel Mario.
I hope she made lots of spaghetti.
Yep, that one. The plot of this game is Bowser and his deformed children kidnapping Princess Peach for the billionth time and hiding her in one of his many, many hotels. In the game, you go to these hotels and close all the doors before any enemies can come out of them. Or basically, nothing like how a Mario game would play. But let's be honest, the only reason anyone cares about this game is because of the cutscenes.
All toasters toast toast.
Yeah, those ones. There's also a Mario pinball game for the GBA where Mario was turned into someone's DeviantArt fetish. Most recently was the pinnacle of complete batshit insane ideas. Mario and Rabbids. Rabbids! What kind of dumbass idea? Oh hey, look at that. I've never played this game because there's no way in hell I'd ever buy something with this on the cover, but apparently it's actually pretty good. Interesting that the things that you'd think would come out really well end up while other ones come out surprisingly well. Speaking of Sonic. The Sonic the Hedgehog series is a freaking goldmine for weird spin-offs. About 90% of the Sonic franchise is just chucking Sonic in some random shit that no sane person could come up with sober. Hey, let's take a hedgehog that can run really fast and chuck him in a car. Guys, Shadow the Hedgehog, but with guns. Guys, what about pinball? But we put an S in front of it. It's more or less just throwing random shit at the walls until something sticks. You got Sonic Racing with cars, Sonic Racing with cars again, Sonic Racing with hoverboards, Sonic Racing in better cars, Sonic RPG, Mario Party, Sonic Fighting Game, the Squeakquel. Among the strangest was the Sonic Storybook trilogy. Oops. Which were unfortunately both motion-controlled messes that really brought down their pretty interesting concepts. Sonic and the Secret Rings had Sonic transported into an Arabian Nights story and having to do battle with the nefarious Eraser Jin, but unfortunately the real villain of the game were the controls. The same went for Sonic and the Black Knight, which involved a lot more wagging the Wiimote around. I played this game a lot as a kid, and though I honestly adore the story and idea, this time it being that Sonic is transported into Arthurian times where everyone is a knight and he has a magic talking sword.
Onward, my young knave.
Stop calling me Knave. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
Very well then, I shall call you Knave the Hedgehog.
Sadly, once again, motion controls had to come in and ruin everything. The weirdest Sonic spin-off is definitely Sonic Schoolhouse, a horrible nightmare of a game.
Hi there, I'm Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh. The entire game is basically just a horrifying drug trip that should never have been made. Much like real school.
Get ready for math.
Get away from me! Oh, and there's also a weird Sega anime golf game that has Sonic in it. Make of this information what you will. Mario and Sonic are arguably two of the most recognizable gaming icons ever. And some people, like me, would willingly give their firstborn child to see the two of them together in the same game. And in 2008, Sega delivered by sticking them in the Olympic Games with a bunch of mini-games. Well, Sorry, Bolt Jr. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games is one of the weirdest games I have ever seen. Whatever madman came up with the idea of taking gaming's two greatest icons and chucking them in the real-world Olympics is probably very pleased with himself. How the hell do they come up with this stuff? Honestly though, getting to actually see Mario and Sonic characters in the same game was what I think makes this game so special. Even if most of their actual events weren't more than just shaking the Wiimote. Yeah, okay, this game hasn't aged well. Actually, now that I think about it, most popular game franchises have delved into spin-off territory at least once. The Legend of Zelda had some hits, and some misses. Link, The Faces of Evil, The Wand of Gamelon, and Zelda's Adventure are titles that probably still keep Nintendo employees up at night, which took the Zelda universe and made them into the worst platformer ever made, and then threw in some truly life-changing cutscenes.
How about a kiss? For luck.
You've got to be kidding.
Yeah, you know the ones. Link's crossbow training for the Wii included some of the most exciting actions and puzzles in the entire series. No, I'm kidding, it was a game where you shoot targets. They made a bunch of Tingle games for some reason, and they're actually like pretty fleshed out RPGs. Why? And they made a Dynasty Warriors game that is apparently so damn good that Nintendo just had to re-release it a billion times. The Pokemon series is another that's filled with a ton of weird spin-off games, like one where you just shout at Pikachu. Pikachu, come over here, you fat fuck! To a game where you watch Pokemon and watch Pokemon. Nintendo, you guys doing alright? I'm here if you need anything. Pokemon Conquest, Poké Park, Pikachu's Adventure, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Tekken, Pokemon... What?
Tell your buddy to be the very best, like no one ever was.
Holy shit, this game's amazing. The Pokemon series has got it all. And of course, can't go wrong with another pinball game! Of course, the most iconic out of all of them would have to be Pokemon Snap, a game where you take pictures of Pokemon. Compared to some of the other weird shit I've talked about in this video, Pokemon Snap is pretty tame in comparison, but it's actually surprisingly one of the most well-received ones. Proof that sometimes a dumb idea can go a long way. Though they have a pretty good track record of spin-offs for their title franchises, Nintendo is definitely not immune to some pretty crappy games as well, like the Animal Crossing Give Us Your Money trilogy, or the Star Fox game that nobody wanted. Nintendo, please give us a new Metroid game, I'm starving. What's that? You want Metroid Pinball? And of course, you know they did Kirby Pinball. I think that's Kirby anyway. But that's enough Nintendo, they're not the only game developer out there. I think. The Final Fantasy series had Chocobo Racing, arguably one of the greatest racing games ever made, along with a bunch of other Chocobo games, an adorable little rhythm game, and they brought the fantastic Final Fantasy 15 to VR, and made it a fishing game. Did you guys know that there's a Final Fantasy fighting game? Because I didn't. And I also don't know how to pronounce it. Bomberman's had some pretty weird spin-offs, especially when someone decided that the cutesy and fun little series needed to have an edgy and hardcore reboot. Bomberman Act Zero is not a good game, and its existence is honestly quite amusing. Somehow not the weirdest Bomberman game, though. There's also been a racing game, and a
Sports
game, and there was also a Japan-exclusive fighting game that Bomberman was in, so it still counts. Also starring Castlevania Man and Easter Island Head, Dante from the Devil May Cry series, and... Whoa, wait, Optimus Prime? I mentioned Mega Man Soccer at the very beginning of this video, a game where you and a bunch of Mega Man clones square off with Dr. Wily and his robot masters in a not very good soccer game. But there are weirder Mega Man games out there. There's Mega Man Monopoly, Mega Man Mario Kart, and... this, but perhaps the most obscure one comes from the Mega Man games on the MS-DOS, which were essentially the Mega Man equivalent of the Zelda CDI games. They're technically not spin-offs, but they're not ports either. They were made from scratch by one guy, which explains the, quality. The highlight of the game are definitely the all-new Robot Masters, Sonic Man, Volt Man, and... But, ladies and gentlemen, there is a spin-off game far greater than any of the games I've shown you so far. Greater than even the greatest of games, like Minecraft Story Mode. And that game is Fortnite Shopping Cart Racer. Nah, I pranked you, that one's not actually real, but, you know, considering what we've looked at today, may as well be. All I really got from all this is that there's a surprisingly large market for pinball games. As some of you may already know, I'm heading off to Japan as soon as this video comes out, and I'll be gone for about 2 weeks. And the plan is to give you guys some sick, epic vlogs while I'm gone, but that all depends on whether or not my laptop gets destroyed on the plane trip. I'll see you all when I get back, and make sure to smash that like button if you want Fortnite Kart Racer to be an actual thing. Man, this video is not going to age well.